What's going on YouTube? It's your host Bruce GNT, and for today's video we're on TikTok again. Sorry, I gotta do it to you. But this video is inspired because I was talking to my homegirl, right? And she was basically telling me about, the whole job market and like that whole racket. And I was like, you know what? I know a lot of people that are actually struggling with this. So I have a load of videos that we can go over, and I'm just gonna give my input on them because I feel like there's a whole lot more than what's actually going on, what's being said. And I feel like people have some really good ideas on it.
My name is Erin, and my sister's name is Sydney. The shock on people's faces when we go in for job interviews, especially my last job, like when I opened the little Zoom call for the interview. Love it. And we better keep the same salary price point. Yeah. Because I wanted whatever you were going to offer whoever you thought was going to enter the Zoom. Love it here.
That's one thing I gotta say. I gotta keep it a buck. I hate when I see my people with these names that look, I'm gonna say it like this, sound black on paper. Look, I'm all for unique names and everything like that, but there are some names I've heard. I'm not gonna say them, but we all know the ones. We all know the ones I'm talking about, where it's like, dog, we live in a world where first impressions matter. We live in a world where what people think about us, especially when it comes to our names, matter. We have to be honest. We have to understand that if you want to thrive in this society, then you kind of got to get down with some of the rules of society. And having a name that's one, easy to pronounce, doesn't sound black on paper, and like I said, we know what those names are. And it might be a little bit elusive as to who or what that person may be. Yeah, we sometimes gotta do what we gotta do.
I don't think most people realize how dehumanizing it is to be unemployed in the current job market, especially if the reason that you don't have a job is not necessarily your fault. If you've never thought about it before, every single aspect of your life is tied to your job. Your ability to go out with your friends, have dinner, see a movie, tied to your job. Your ability to have healthcare and see your doctor, tied to your job. Your ability to go to therapy, tied to your job. Your ability to do literally anything that costs money, tied to your job. So then when your job is taken away and you no longer have a source of income, it's horrible. You have people out here who just went to college or maybe have been out of college for a year. They thought they did what you're supposed to do. They tell you, oh, if you go to college, you're going to be able to get a career. You're going to find a job super easily. And these people have been out of college for a year and they can't find a job. And then you have people like me who have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree and got their first job back in 2013. And I can't find a job. I don't know what happened and when it switched, but I used to get every single job that I applied for. Okay, I was always the person at my jobs who trained the new employees, and now I can't find a job. I went from having a manager who would buy me cupcakes and a director who would send me Christmas presents to that manager then being replaced by the Wicked Witch of the West. And because of her, I no longer have a job. And I have been searching for months. I've applied to more jobs than I have ever applied to in my entire life, and I can't find anything because there are more fake jobs on LinkedIn than there are real jobs. So before you ask that unemployed person in your life why they haven't found a job yet, maybe consider that we are trying. We're trying. But the job market is different. And unless you have been there and you have experienced how hard it is to find a job right now, you need to stop asking me why I haven't found a job because I'm losing my mind.
No, she's on point. And I'm happy that she brought up the whole ghost job thing, because that's becoming like more and more frequent, where I don't know if it's LinkedIn themselves doing. I don't know if it's the companies themselves that are like posting these jobs. LinkedIn and I want to say Indeed have been accused of having all these ghost jobs, and people are just kind of trying to figure out what is going on. Like, why is it that I apply for this job, it gets taken down, and the exact same job, exact same pay, exact same location gets posted a few days later? People are very confused, and I do feel for her because that does suck. People were told that, hey, yo, go to college, get a degree, and then after that you're gonna be set. And no, she just said it right here. She has a bachelor's and a master's, and now she's still struggling. And I'm not trying to blame this on anyone, but I think what's really going on is that it's oversaturation. I remember my mom used to tell me this way back. She used to say, look, before having associates, it was like, okay, that's good, but now associates, it seems like, okay, everyone has one. What's next? And she even told me, she was like, look, there's gonna come a time when bachelor's gonna be looked at as the same thing. Everyone has a bachelor's. Okay, cool. I have a bachelor's. You know what I'm saying? Now people are looking at you like, okay, bachelor's is a dime a dozen. What you got? What else? And then hopefully we don't get to that point where it's like a master's is seen as like, But honestly, the amount of people I know that are in the master's program and saying, oh, I'm gonna get my master's and go get my PhD, it might be. But I think that's exactly what the issue is. The issue is that it's oversaturation. There's so many different people with bachelors, and now it's like, okay, now the starting line is way up here. And they're like, okay, what differentiates you from this other person here and this 10 other people that have a bachelor's right now? What makes you any different? Yeah, both came out of college at the same time. Oh, this person did internships, I'm going for them. And that's even if the job is real. There's so much that's going on. And I've talked to not many different people, friends, like family, people I just end up meeting on the street. Everyone's really trying hard. And she's right. Everything's tied to a job. Your healthcare, your activities, like the amount of people that you go out and see. You know, it's a sad thing, but it's something that honestly, I don't have any answers. You know, and I hate that. I hate the fact that I don't have any answers for it, because the best thing I tell my people is, look, you just have to doctor your resume as best as you can. Not lie, over embellish a little bit, cool. But besides that, I don't really know. Put yourself out there. Really just go to the places you want to get a job. Look up the location. Say, okay, cool, and then head right there. A lot of people are doing that now. And the sad part is that even when they do that, they end up getting redirected to a website, which kind of defeats the purpose. But at least you have a face. They have a face to a name. But yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough.
The media has been completely lying to you about the job market. The job market in 2024 is absolutely brutal. I've been in the recruitment space for coming up to a decade, and I've never seen candidates struggle as much as they are right now. I've also talked to hundreds of recruiters that have also been laid off, and many of them are still struggling to find work. In this market, you literally have to apply to hundreds, if not thousands of jobs, and you're likely going to see a 1 to 3% response rate. That means if you apply to 100 jobs, you might only hear back from one of those places. We're also seeing a lot of ghost jobs right now. Ghost jobs are essentially where companies post jobs for jobs that they think they're going to hire for in the future. So they might not be hiring right now, but if they can get candidates and applicants to apply, then when they do go to hire, they have a head start. I hate this practice, but we are seeing more and more of it. We're also hearing about really long interview processes, like 5, 6, 7, even 8 or 9 rounds of interviews. And if you get to the end of the process and you're the lucky one out of like 1,000 applicants to get the job offer, don't expect a strong job offer. Right now, companies are lowballing people, and they're also forcing people back to the office. Welcome to the 2024 job market.
Now, I know it's a 2024, but this was published, in November 2024, and it's only the beginning part of 2025. So honestly, I'm pretty sure this holds true. I guarantee that this didn't change within the span of 2 months. He hit a lot of different points. Yeah, the whole ghost job offers. Yeah, that's crazy. It happened to me. It happened to if you're in the job market right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Another point that he brought up when it comes to the lowballing, that's another thing I'm telling people. A lot of people think the way to it, and I don't blame them, like I said before, for thinking, having a degree is going to get them exactly what they want. But a lot of people are thinking, okay, if I come in with my degree and I have, all these accolades from school, they're going to give me exactly around the average for that job. Exactly what they do is this. They say, hey, look, the average for this, is around 65,000, 70,000, and this is for someone with, the exact same education that you have. But you don't have experience. Yeah, you did school, that's cool and everything like that, but we need at least minimum 3 years. So look, I'll do you a favor. We could talk about this in 3, maybe 4 years time. We'll start you at 48,000, maybe even 50,000, and then you can work your way up to that 65 to 70,000. And so now they essentially lowballed you, and they're getting 3 to 4 years of labor where they're not paying you the correct salary based off of your credentials and what you've earned. That's exactly what they're doing. It sucks, but it's just a reality.
That I wish that people would have told me in the beginning of my job search is that when you're looking for a new opportunity, people think that you are stupid. People think that you're an idiot. The amount of times I was told, oh, it's about networking. Have you tried reaching out to your alumni network? Have you tried applying for non-technical roles? Have you tried? And it's yes. Duh, I'm not an idiot here. And it kind of gets to a point where it's what do you do when you have tried literally everything? And a lot of people try to take advantage of you just feeling very insecure over the job search, and they try to get you to buy some BS course. So many people give you the same advice over and over and over again, and it just gets so frustrating, and you already feel so alone during your job search. It feels like that everyone around you has a great opportunity besides you. Really annoying because people send you to like various job boards and they're like, well, have you tried this? Have you tried this? And it's like, yes, I've tried fucking everything. I'm not an idiot. Like, obviously I want a new job. Like, and people would tell me things like, oh, well, why don't you just try to do a humble job or something like that? And it's like, I'm getting rejected from them too. Are you kidding me? It just gets so frustrating, and it just, oh my god, I remember being at a bar and it was just like friends, my boyfriend's friends or something, and I just remember like this guy was like, oh, so like what do you do? And I was like, literally nothing right now, like this job market sucks. And he was like giving me some advice and was like, oh, the job market isn't that bad, like my buddy just got a role. And I literally just ended up crying, sobbing, because I'm like, oh my god, like it is that bad. And like, obviously going back to school was not my first choice, but it's not about like if you get laid off this day and age, it's about when. And I never ever want to go through something like this in my life again, because no matter how much schooling you do, no matter what certs you have, no matter like what accolades you do have, people treat you like you are dumb when you have no job. Remember like talking to someone from my school about this, and he said to me, oh, well, why don't you try doing OnlyFans? And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, oh my god, like, no hate to like the OnlyFans girlies, like, do your thing, girl. Whatever, you're making more money than I will ever see in my life, so mazzles to that. But I don't even know, like, why the fuck would you say that to someone? Like, why would you say that to someone? And you would not say that to, like, a man. Like, you wouldn't. It just, I
hate pausing it right there, but I got to comment on that. The reason why he said that is because we're setting it up that OnlyFans is empowerment for women. So he doesn't see it as an insulting thing. He sees it as like this is a great thing. You can own your power, live in your sexuality. That's what happens when you don't shame people for doing things that honestly shouldn't be uplifted in society, and it might hurt to say that. I don't care. It is what it is. You're selling yourself for money. That's exactly what it is. But that's why he said that. He said it because he's in the mindset of, this is empowerment, this is good, right? Why would you not want to do that? This is what happens when you have two conflicting ideologies like combat one another, because she's like, no, I don't think that's something I should be involved in, and he's like, but I thought it was a good thing. It's not.
I don't even know. It's like, no matter like what role I get, like obviously I'm continuing schooling because I'm so nervous that like another offer is going to get pulled from me again, or that I'm gonna just wake up to a layoff email or any of these other things, and no one just talks about how everyone treats you. Oof, I added way too much pigment on here. So just like people try to tough love you, and it's like, that's not fucking required. I already feel so shitty about myself. Like, I had so many people know what I was going through, with my father dying, with my car getting fucking totaled, with everything seeming like that it's falling apart, and not having the job security was making me feel even worse. And people dared to have tough love because they thought that I was undisciplined, that I wasn't applying for shit, that I wasn't interviewing, when it's like, no, I've been doing that and more. I'm not dumb. I'm 24 years old. Don't you think I know all the job boards? Don't you think I know like how the fucking interview works? Don't you think that I know how to use the STAR method? Like, I feel as if they think that they're discovering like a new ancient Egyptian artifact by telling you, oh, but have you tried LinkedIn? Like, if you don't, oh my god. This is why I'm like, if I get, so I don't go back on what I just said, when I get laid off again, I'm just like shutting the hell up. I'm just shutting up. I'm not telling anyone. I'm not reaching out for anything because this has made me feel so bad. I don't know if anyone else relates, but that's how I felt and that's how I feel. This is about like 5 minutes long now. I don't know who is gonna watch this, but if one person can feel at least a little bit of relatability, then I have done my job here, because I'm sure that I'm not the only person who went through this. I am also just so nervous because it is the holiday season and places get back to you even slower. I'm so nervous that people who are like, hey, like, we want you to start, like, we're gonna send the paperwork over. I'm so nervous that they're not actually going to do that, and then I'm going to be stuck in the same loop again. So that is just the worst feeling ever. And if you are searching for a new opportunity right now, you got this and you're not an idiot. And I hope that you feel at least a little bit seen. And that I wish that.
Shout out to Zoe out there. I hope she finds a job, because I do know it's hard out there. Yeah, the only thing I can really say is that everything she's saying is actually correct. And the only thing, my only critique, I won't even say it's a critique, is that I don't think people are saying these things because they think you're stupid. They just want to help. That's what it is. I'm faulty of doing that. When I ask them, hey, have you tried Indeed? Have you tried LinkedIn? It just so happens that sometimes they haven't. But I do that because I just want to be like, okay, I want to give my help and my support any which way I can. But maybe I might stop doing that. Who knows? Another thing that I do from time to time is I say, hey, look, I'll keep my ear to the ground. I try to pay attention here if I see if I hear anything. And I've done it before. Has it been fruitful? Can't really say, but that's what I'm just going to try doing myself. I've had people come to me and confess to me all these things that they feel. They feel like they can't do anything right. They feel like they're useless. They feel like everyone's looking at them, judging them, making them feel like they don't know what they're talking about, and that they're not actually trying. There's some people I know that are legit trying, you know, and I do give tough love, but only to the ones that I know that are not trying. Yeah, I think we need to have a little bit of compassion for people out there, because it's not just young people either. It's older people as well. Older people are actually out here struggling, and it's hyper competitive. You don't want to become an eternal student. And I feel like a lot of people are falling into that, where they're just like, okay, the job market's hard, I'm gonna just go back to school. And it's so hard because, like I said, I don't have any answers, and I hate that. But where do you turn where you trying everything and doesn't work? Honestly, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. You know it's bad when you get rejected for flipping patties and dropping fries. That's how you know it's bad. You know, but I mean, more power to her. Hopefully she finds something. Hopefully anyone out there that's watching this, or I don't know, you're just looking, hopefully you can find something, because it is tough times and we all got bills to pay. Yeah, I got a bill coming up. But that's it for this video. I want to do like a little, you know, job search video, and I might do others related to this, you know, talking about car repos. I've been seeing like a lot of that lately. Debt. Yeah. We gotta talk about that because people's finances are trash, as I'm learning. It's wild out there. Like I said, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment down below your own struggles, or maybe you haven't had any struggles. Maybe you've been kind of lucky and just been getting jobs left and right. You know, but tell me how you feel. Tell me what you're thinking. And if you want to see more, subscribe. There will be more. Peace.